Sometimes, a single moment changes everything. A mysterious hush falls over the crowd. Eyes lock onto the court, breaths catch in throats, and then, without warning, a 7-foot giant casually lofts the ball from beyond half-court. It glides through the air as though guided by an unseen hand, dropping through the hoop as fans erupt in stunned disbelief. But what happens when these impossible shots become routine, and the casual shrug after sinking a 70-foot prayer is just another day at the office? That's exactly the story unfolding around a certain towering NBA superstar who seems to defy basketball's most fundamental limits. For years, we've watched in awe as he dished out pinpoint, football-style passes worthy of any highlight reel, turning full-court outlets into a form of high art. He'd do it with the same calm composure most players show walking the ball up the floor. Now, he's taken that wizardry a step further, opting to launch shots directly at the hoop from distances that would make other players hesitate. Even the ones that don't go in look eerily accurate, as if guided by invisible magnets. To fully grasp how we arrived at this mind-boggling display, we need to trace the evolution of his game, dissect the controversies swirling around his name, and understand what drives him to keep pushing the boundaries of possibility. Make no mistake, behind these highlight clips lies a deep pool of speculation, debate, and even distrust. Critics argue about everything from his MVP worthiness to the inflated nature of his statistics. Some whisper that he simply touches the ball too often, while others insist that any big man could replicate his success if they tried. Yet those who've seen him in action know better. The sheer inevitability of his game, the calm confidence that greets each shot, each pass, signals that something special is happening. In many corners of the basketball world, he remains an enigma, an affable figure who shrugs off fame, cracks jokes in post-game interviews, and sometimes seems more intrigued by horses back home than by the bright lights of the NBA. But if there's one thing that's universally agreed upon, it's this: the man is rewriting the script for what a center can do. His half-court flicks, his improbable buzzer beaters, even his soccer-like taps of the ball across the entire floor, they're enough to make seasoned analysts rub their eyes in disbelief. And just when people think they've seen it all, he surprises them again. This is the story of how one supremely gifted player found new ways to bend the rules of what's possible. Why he's going beyond simple highlights to create jaw-dropping moments that feel more like illusions than sports. Along the way, we'll examine the swirling controversies, the rumors that claim he might be bored with normal basketball, and the transformations of the teammates who thrive in his orbit. So settle in, because this tale unfolds in 7 fast-paced sections, each brimming with evidence that we're witnessing a once-in-a-generation phenomenon. And if you think his half-court mastery is the grand finale, get ready. This story goes much deeper than a few viral moments. Picture it: the clock winding down, defender scrambling, and our big man casually retrieving the ball near the opposite free throw line. Anyone else would look for a quick outlet pass, or maybe dribble toward half-court for a half-hearted fling. But him? He sets his feet, cocks his arm back, and hurls the ball in a one-handed motion that appears almost too relaxed for the situation. No desperate jump, no contorted stance, just a smooth, fluid action that results in an astounding swish. The reaction on the court is telling. Teammates don't sprint to tackle him in celebration, nor do they rip their jerseys off in disbelief. Instead, they grin like it's the most natural thing in the world. Rival defenders exchange exasperated looks, wondering what else they could have done. Fans at home rewind and replay the sequence to confirm that they really saw what they think they saw. And the man himself? He merely jogs back, eyes steady, face betraying a faint smile. It's as if he's thinking, yes, I've done this before, and I'm going to do it again. But was this impossible shot just a fluke, a one-off highlight that will live on forever in basketball montages? Apparently not. In a matter of weeks, he did it again. Only this time, he added flair. Imagine a Euro step from nearly mid-court, morphing seamlessly into a high-arcing toss that splashed in as if guided by Jeep's commentators struggled to find words. Some called it a miracle, others referred to it as borderline supernatural. However, for fans who've watched him all season, The real shocker was that it hadn't happened sooner. There's also the subtle detail of how he celebrates afterward, or more accurately, doesn't celebrate. A slight fist pump, a grin, maybe a nod to the bench, then it's back to defense. That level of cool composure just adds to the mystique, fueling speculation that he's known all along he could pull this off. He's been dropping hints. Those full-court assists that land right in the hands of sprinting teammates, the inventive passes thrown from unusual angles. It's as though those were merely warm-ups for the main event, half-court bombs that other players only dream of. Commentators and analysts often label such heaves as lucky shots. But when it happens repeatedly, luck starts to look more like skill. The geometry of a basketball court hasn't changed, but he's manipulating it like no one else, turning typically low-percentage prayers into plausible scoring opportunities. If a fraction of these attempts continue to fall, we might witness a paradigm shift. Other centers might try their own versions, albeit with far less success. Because that's the crux of his newfound ability. It's not about luck, it's about a skill set refined to a razor's edge, honed through years of perfecting angles, arcs, and velocities. Yet, for all the excitement these impossible shots generate, the deeper question is why? Why take these risks when conventional wisdom says to hold the ball, or pass to a guard for a more controlled attempt? Why fling the ball halfway across the court, as though it's a mere 15-foot jumper? The answer, or at least part of it, lies in his insatiable appetite for the game's more creative side. This is a player who's comfortable living outside the normal boundaries of basketball, a mind constantly probing for new frontiers. And if the early returns are any indication, we're witnessing the birth of a new brand of highlight, a brand so captivating that it might overshadow every other spectacle in the arena. But that's not the entire story. If you trace the roots of this audacious approach, you'll find it didn't just come out of nowhere. From his earliest days in the league, he was whipping no-look passes and tossing the ball over defenders like a quarterback dropping a perfect spiral. The seeds of these current feats were planted long ago, which leads us to the next phase of our exploration. How exactly this gentle giant from overseas developed the instincts and confidence to transform the full length of the court into his personal playground. When a player transcends the boundaries of what we thought was possible, the ripple effects stretch far beyond the confines of one season or one MVP race. That's exactly what's happening with this unstoppable force. He's not merely winning games or piling up stats. He's challenging our very understanding of how the sport works. Each new season, he unveils an unexpected wrinkle. A sideways pass through 3 defenders, a graceful pivot into a 50-foot floater, or a cheeky flick from the opposite 3-point line. Moments like these hint that we might be witnessing the dawn of a brand new archetype in basketball. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for more.